everyone and welcome to another episode of The Jamie Hughes Show. My name as always is Jamie Hughes and today I'm going to be giving you my review of Truth or Dare. Now if you want to keep up to date with all the latest movie news and reviews then make sure you hit that subscribe button. And as always in my videos this review may include spoilers so you have now been warned. So Truth or Dare? I'm going to pick Truth because I have to tell the truth and this movie is so bad. Oh, it's terrible. Oh man, I was just... I'll get into it in a bit, but yeah, what a massive letdown this film was. Look, for those of you that are avid watchers of this show, you know that I don't like being negative about films. I'm not one of those people that is always overly negative about films. I will try and be as balanced and open as I can, and if there are films I didn't really enjoy, I will still pick out the positives. But for this movie, I am really struggling. I'll try and think and pluck some out of thin air maybe, but yeah, it's so bad. But yeah, alright, there are a few, so let's kind of get into the couple of positives I had about this film. And the first off is like the first 20 minutes is kind of fun. It's alright, do you know what I mean? It's kind of a nice fun premise. You find out that something sinister is going to start happening to these people. And I was like, yeah, first 15-20 minutes, I was like, alright, cool, we've got like I guess a fun story, and let's see where it goes. And then as soon as the first Truth or Dare incident happens where Olivia's in the library and all those weird faced people stand around her, I was like, oh mate, this is so bad, I am done. Like I am Romeo done about this film already, and I've still got another hour and a half to go. It just wasn't great. And then another kind of positive from the beginning, you have the end, and once we kind of found out that kind of whole game was being hijacked by a demon when we go into the Mexican lady's house and we find out, I thought that was kind of cool. It was a kind of nice reveal that she'd cut out her tongue. She was the woman that had started it all. I thought that was a nice kind of little plot point. And I thought, okay, now we've got something we can fight. Do you get what I mean? Like, for the most part, we've not known what this is, and it's all just kind of been a mishmash of near-death experiences. We've got something that we're going to fight now. Okay, maybe we might get a little cool wrap-up and a nice little cool ending to this movie. Who knows? Maybe it might even tie in to Insidious or Sinister, and the demon's going to be Bagul. Wasn't that, fine, whatever, and they just didn't show the demon, and again, it was just, it all fell on its arse at the end. So those are the kind of the positives for this film. So let's go on to the long, old list of negatives. And as I've just said, this film had a good premise. It was, like, it could have been a lot of fun. And this is what I was not upset with, but kind of let me down with this movie, is that this movie's from Universal and Blumhouse, who have a very good track record of horror movies. And this film felt very reminiscent to their movie last year, which was Happy Death Day. For those of you that haven't seen that movie, I do suggest you go and see it, because, yeah, it's a similar thing, you know, it's a little bit of a stupid premise, but with Happy Death Day, it felt like, alright, okay, cool. We're basically gonna kind of play on all the kind of teen horror tropes, and we're gonna go full in on this. You know, we're not gonna take it overly seriously, we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. But they, you know, so they did that and it worked really well. But they also had some great moments of suspense and some really kind of great moments of horror, and that's great, because I was surprised with how much I enjoyed Happy Death Day. And I think that's because they went all in with it. They put all their chips down, they went totally all in with Happy Death Day, and it worked. But then you have Truth or Dare, and it was like they were so reserved with what they wanted to do. They tried to make it a serious story, and it's a premise based on a demon hijacking a game of Truth or Dare, and that in itself is ridiculous. So go ridiculous with this movie, go really over the top, make it a little bit comedic, make it tongue-in-cheek. Just try and do something, not just make a bland 1 hour and 43 minute runtime of a boring ass horror movie. And it wasn't even a horror movie, there was no horror in it. There was no suspense, there was no thrills, there wasn't even any bloody gore. Even all the deaths were bloody watered down. There was just nothing going for this film, and it's such a shame to say, because it could have been a really fun, goofy, kind of over-the-top horror movie, and they just tried to make it really serious. What is up with that? None of the characters in this film are remotely relatable or remotely likable. Yeah, just turned off by all the characters. They were all just deplorable human beings. And for the most part, I thought most of them deserved to die. I just didn't connect with any of them. I thought Olivia was a really weak character. She was a really weak moral compass. And I know they tried to do this whole twist thing at the end where she goes, like, if it's between me and you or the world, I'm going to choose you. But that's the one time you don't choose it. It was just such a stupid moral decision from her, and it left me with a bad taste in my mouth for the end of this movie. I don't know what their motives were with that, whether it's they were going to set up a sequel or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, just all of the characters are deplorable and just really not likable, and that's a shame again, because they did have a few characters that they really could have progressed quite well and really kind of had a story and built a story around them, which I guess they did to do with Marky and Olivia, but again, that totally missed the mark. It was all just kind of over the top forced emotion and just really weak emotion at that. I think the only kind of cool character development moment we got, a positive, there we go, hey, we finally got to one, is where Marky has her choice at Truth or Dare, and it's her deceased father through the phone that speaks to her. Thought that was kind of cool. It kind of added a little bit of a layer to her character, but yeah, it was all just kind of forced and over the top from there on, and from before then, just really ridiculous. And to be honest with you, I haven't got much else to say about Truth or Dare. I am like struggling. I'm clutching at straws. I could go on for hours about how bad this film is, but I don't want to endure either myself or you guys to it. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It is what it is. Film is subjective, as I always say when I don't like a film. So somebody out there may like it. This is just my opinion. So yeah, if you have seen, I can't even remember what the film's called. That's how bad it was. If you have seen Truth or Dare, then let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. And one more thing before I do go, actually, is that what this film feels like, for those of you that are maybe not aware or know, in America there's obviously loads and loads of theme parks, and they have Universal Horror Nights, Halloween Horror Nights, which is a thing that comes to America, and they do like loads of houses and scare zones. And what it felt like is that they'd solely made this film just so it could either be a scare zone or a house at next year's Halloween Horror Nights, because that's what I mean by this film, is that it's a cool premise, because the actual look of the demons was kind of, it's weak, but it's kind of fun, you know, and there is a little bit of marketability to it, but you know what I mean, like they just felt like they just plucked an idea out of thin air and thought, yeah, maybe we can market this and maybe we can, you know, maybe make some money out of it next year at Universal Halloween Horror Nights. It was really dumb, and yeah, just, I don't even know, I could go back on a tangent here about how the bloody demons look like, the demon possession faces look like the Smiler from the UK, but I'm not, because I am done. I am so done with this film, I don't want to talk about it anymore. So yeah, as I said, if you guys have seen Happy Death Day, let me know. It's not even Happy Death Day, see, I started talking about Happy Death Day in this review, and I'm more excited about talking about that than bloody Truth or Dare. So if you guys have seen Truth or Dare, let me know what you thought about it, as always, down in those comments below. If you did enjoy this video, sorry it's been so negative, but it was just a struggle to sit through this film. Then make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all the latest movie news and reviews. Thank you very much for watching this episode of The Jamie Hughes Show. I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra!